Good evening, my little potato chips. How you doing? It's wee Paddy from across the shock, and we're in for another Sunday evening slabber session. And for those of you who don't know, slabber just means somebody who keeps going on about something when you don't really want them to, and that's what sort of a knife guy I am. So let's get into it. A bit of crack tonight, and I have some amazing news for you. You've probably seen in the title because I just had to put it in there. There's a huge giveaway coming on the channel, and I'm starting to build it up now because it's not a. This giveaway is not for me. The credit is not for me. I'm just doing it. And I'll explain the reason why towards the end of the video. So if you don't want to hear any slabber, go to the end of the video and you'll hear a bit more about the giveaway, which will be happening next month. Now, what have I been doing this week? I've been buying more knives. I've been buying, look at this lovely knife here. This is a Camillus knife. I'm trying to get, this is my second-hand knives. Got it from a store on Etsy where I've been buying quite a lot of knives. I've quite a few to show you. I haven't been very good at doing a whole stack of videos. I'm doing one, about 2 to 3 a week, and I'm quite happy doing that, to be honest. So I've plenty of videos to come. Quite a lot of slip joints. I've got quite a lot of GEC knives that you haven't seen yet. I've had a bit of a really bad couple of months. I think I've got about 5 GECs. I've spent all my money on them. So modern knives, I should say, not traditional. Modern knives I haven't bought a lot of, although I have a lovely one coming on Tuesday. And I'm going to just intersperse them into the rotation, but quite a lot of traditionals and maybe some, towards the modern end of the traditional. So this is just for eye candy. This is just for eye candy. This one here is for a special reason. I'll talk about that one in a minute. But this is my collection. I wanted to put down a collection of knives that is my journey and the sort of knives that I have in my collection now. And I don't like one more than the other. I don't like traditionals more than I like modern. I don't like expensive more than I like budget knives. I get a buzz out of all knives, and I think you know that by now. I mean, I just love my Rough Riders. This little cheap, it's a real steel, but it's a cheap knife, and it's one of the best knives I think come out this year. Ganzo, I've all sorts of knives here, cheap ones that I buy in the second-hand market, and then I've got my higher-end ones here, my Para 3, Native 5. So I've got lots of different knives down here, a big Gitano and a quiet carry there to do the review on still. So I've just got the widest range of knives, and I've put them down here because things are going to change a wee bit in the channel, and not dramatically, that I'm not going to stop doing as many videos. I want to do 2 to 3 videos every week without fail, hopefully 3. Because that's what I enjoy doing. I don't pre-record videos. I do them. This is live. I'm doing this live. I know you're going to see this in about 2 or 3 hours, but this is live. I don't edit, as you all know, because I'm terrible. My videos are very low standard compared to a lot of people's, but what you get is what you see is what you get. I suppose is that saying, and it is true. I enjoy doing this. I don't enjoy editing. I don't enjoy the technical side of YouTube. Excuse me, I got excited there. I do videos because I enjoy sharing my love for this hobby of a wide variety of knives. Now, I know people tend to stick to either traditional or modern. I love everything. So, and that's what my collection is made up of. This very high-end knife and other ones that I've got, I'll not be buying any more really high-end knives because the ones I've got are so good that I don't really feel the need that I need to improve them because they're a hell of a price for these expensive ones. And I can't justify it anymore. I've got them, they're in my channel, and I can refer to them as many times as I like now because they're of a standard to me that for the rest of my life, if I never get another one of this sort of quality, this is the Herman Knives thing, if I never get another one of this quality, this one will do. This has got everything you need in a modern traditional knife, or traditional, keep saying traditional, a modern pocket knife that's locking that I'll ever want. It is just the most beautiful high-end knife to me. So I've lost that urge to get very expensive knives. That's sort of gone and left me at the moment. And I know I go through stages. We all go through stages where, we're not going to do this and then it changes. So anything could change in 6 months' time. But at the moment, a lot of my interest is on traditionals because I love the background. I like digging a wee bit. I'm not a huge digger, but I like digging into the background of knives. Excuse me, I'm just moving this. Um, and I like the interaction I get from my subs out there who will tell me things when I get them wrong. And I love that. That's what I love. Or they'll give me information, especially on maybe old American knives where I don't have much information on them. But I really like collecting older knives, not necessarily a model American. I have an Italian and a Spanish one coming. So I'm trying to spread my wings to get more enjoyment out of the hobby for me. And I hope that you'll come along for the journey. I have a really old one coming that cost me buttons, but it's a real old traditional knife from Europe. And I'm dying to see what you think of it. I just got it because I'm inspired by this one, this Italian made Gitano, which is, uh, it's from a loosely based on a Navaja knife from Spain. And this other one is a very old, cheap version of this. And I'm dying to know what you think. I'm going to do a comparison of the two of them, which to me is really interesting. So I hope you'll like that sort of thing. What else have I got? Oh, here, let me just tell you about this knife. Look, I've tried my hardest to love Victorinox knives. And the truth of it is, I think they're a marvellous knife. They're really well made, but I just can't get warmed up with them. So during the week, I have a lot of grandchildren, as you know. There's not many of them in the knives. One of them who was in a wee while ago is starting to come back and starting to play with his knife around the house and whatever. He's 15 now. He's not a young kid, but he's 15. He's starting to use his wee knife about the house. So just to see what his interest was like the other day, I said, look, would you like your money for Christmas or would you like a pocket knife? And I think for the first time in his life, he said, oh, I'd like a new pocket knife. And that just warmed my heart. I can't tell you how much, because I've over 20 grandchildren. And he's the only one that's ever shown any interest. So he got that answer that only pops can give is you can still have your money, but I'll give you a pocket knife. And this is what I'm going to give to him. It's a bit more advanced than the ones he's had. He's had pretty cheap basic ones because he's just been learning to use pocket knives in the last couple of years. And so I'm going to move him up to this one. So that's going to go to him, not as a Christmas present, he'll get his money for Christmas, but he'll get this as a pocket knife and I'll see how he gets on with it. Because when he first got them, his mummy noticed slits in his sheets in his bedroom. Typical little boy, he just cut anything that was around him with a knife. And look, we've all done silly things with knives, cut things, scored trees. So he's gone through that stage and I believe that he's on to a growing up sort of a knife. And I'm really looking forward to giving him this one. So that's why that was there. Just a wee happy story. That then this sort of thing may seem to a non-knife lover may seem completely irrelevant, but to me, when he refused the offer of money for a penknife, he didn't know what the penknife was even. But he said, no, I'd rather have a penknife. And there we go. That's it. I made up. Okay. The other thing I've got this week that I bought was this. This has been taking America by storm, and it's the new Worksharp budget fixed blade. Now, I use a Lansky, and I'm perfectly happy with my Lansky, but for the price this was going for, cheaper than the Lansky, you don't have to buy any stones for it. It comes with the stones. It's not available over here that I know of yet. I live in the UK, for those of you who don't know. It's not available over here. But I went on Amazon, and look, I learn every day because I'm not good technically. I went on Amazon, and Amazon do a thing called Amazon Global. And this just happened to be on the Amazon Global. And I was able to get this delivered from America. It took 13 days from when I ordered it to when it arrived at my door in perfect condition. The box not crushed, nothing like that, came perfect. I haven't even opened it yet because I'm going to do a video on it. Literally haven't taken it apart because I'd watched the video, so I know what's in it. I've just got to put it together. But I just wanted to show that it had come from America. I didn't want to open it. I want to check that everything's all right inside. I hope it will be. No doubts, because it's not crushed at all. But it cost me £50, and that was delivery, taxes, the whole lot coming through customs, £50, which I thought was, I think they're $50 in America. So for that little bit extra to get that from Amazon. I'm an Amazon Prime member. I think that does make a difference in the price wise, but double check anyway. Um, I'm so excited to get it because I freehand sharpen a lot of times, but I've got a lot of little pen knives now that are expensive. I mean, these GEC pen knives are coming in at over £100, well, about £100, 100 plus a knife. And to freehand them, yes, I have no problem freehanding. And my users, I will always just freehand because that's the way it goes. But to put nicer edges on the ones that I'm maybe not going to use as much, I just fancy the fixed angle just to see if that gives me a nice mirror polish, um, and very even on both sides because I want the knives to look well. The ones that I'm keeping, the ones that I'm going to maybe trade on, I don't sharpen at all. But I don't trade my GECs. I think I'm now up to 17. That's disgraceful. In a couple of years, 17 GECs. Um, because I hunt them down and I've found a place now where I can get them easily. I can't even share that, but I've found a place where I can get them not easily. I still have to pay money for them, but I'm with a really nice bunch of lads, and they share the love, if you know what I mean. So anyway, nice. Where are we going? That's where we're going. We're going a lot of traditional for the next couple of months. Maybe I'll come out of it in a couple of months. I was watching a couple of the videos from I've forgotten his name, Bob over at Knife. Oh, what's his channel? It'll come back to me. I'll get back to that anyway. I'll talk about that. Um, Bob DeMarco over in America does a podcast, and the knife junkie. There it is. It takes a wee while sometimes for my brain, especially at this time of the night. The knife junkie. I'll put down below a link to one of his videos that he talks to makers, and he's had a couple of knife makers who do traditionals, and they were just incredible podcasts. Look, I just watch them on YouTube where their both faces are up on the screen and they're having a chat. And to me, over here where I don't have that many people I can talk to about knives, it's like having a chat in my front room, and I love it. It's so easy, laid back, that I really do highly recommend them. I've done them before, and I'm going to keep doing them because it's a good show to watch. Especially if you're just around knives, you learn so many things by watching people who are interviewing just masters at their craft and giving you some tips and hints of how they design a knife, how they make it, why they use certain materials, what about blade steel, and you're hearing this from a maker, which is just lovely. So there's that. Now, I hear you saying, Paddy, the giveaway. Right, I'm going to start about the giveaway. I have a subscriber, and I follow him on Instagram, and he has helped my channel out by way of giving me knives over the years. But he gave me a huge bunch last year when I didn't have as much money as I've had this last year. And he sent me them over, a bunch of knives. And they were high-end knives. They were just beautiful. His name is Jason Guilfoyle. And I probably butcher his second name every time I say it, but he never pulls me on it. Anyway, I was trading one of my knives. Because I have this expensive knife, I can't keep two really expensive knives on the channel. So I was looking to trade this, and if you've seen me on Instagram, I put it up over here in the UK, and there wasn't many takers. But Jason had said to me, "Oh, I fancy that knife. Do you fancy a trade for?" It was a Sabenza 21 large one, brand new in box. But I haven't got it down here, but I've got a small Sabenza, or not a Sabenza, Inkosi. And that wasn't really what I wanted. But anyway, I was looking at his Instagrams, and he put a picture up of the new slim XM18 3.5 inch. I have a little 3-inch XM18, but this is the slippy version, the UK legal version. And he had the bigger one. And I've had this knife, and I love this knife. It really is. It's the Medford Slim Midi, for those of you who don't know, a beautiful, beautiful knife. And I've had it now for about a year, I suppose. Must have had it about a year. Maybe not that long, but close to a year. And I've loved it. I've used it. I've done testing with it. But I don't carry it a lot because I'm in the UK. Down the caravan I can do it, but That thumb stud will come off it, by the way. I put that on it, just makes it a bit easier to open. But I seen Jason with this knife, and I sent him a wee text. I said, I'll trade you my Medford for your XM18. And he said, yes, there's no problem. We'll do that trade, but I have conditions. I'll get back to you. And I thought, right, okay. And whatever Jason says, he's been so good to me, I would literally bend over backwards to try and do anything for him. He's just such a nice man, and a heart that you're going to not believe. But anyway, he has, I asked him later on that night, I texted him and said, what's your conditions? Whatever they are, there's not a problem. I'll do that. I had no idea what he was going to say. He said, okay, I'm going to send you the knife over, but what I want you to do is give away the Medford on your channel. Now, I picked my jaw up off the floor. This cost me over here in the UK £500, right? And that was after a bit of discount, £500. And this man, I only know from Instagram and YouTube, who's been so generous with a lot of other people. He has given lots of knives away in the community, and he asks nothing in return. Nothing. It's just unbelievable the heart that some people have out there. But anyway, he said, yes, I want you to give it away on your channel. And after saying all the nice things that you say to somebody who's just said that, I came off the phone and I thought, oh my goodness, that's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I felt completely and utterly humbled that somebody would do that. Not for me, because I was going to give this knife away and I'm still getting a knife. And I just thought, that is just amazing. So I sat there and I thought about it, and I thought, no, what I would like to do is I would like to do a charity giveaway. So the giveaway bit is just a wee bit of a play on words, but bear with me. I'm going to tell. I know this is a long story, but sure, you've nothing else to do. Sit back, have a cup of tea and watch it. So Jason, I gave him a ring back and I said, Jason, I've thought of a plan. What do you think of this? So what we're going to do now is a charity giveaway. And by charity, I mean you're going to put up the money for this knife. And then we're going to give the money that we get for this knife to a charity. And it's to his father passed away last year. And I'm going to go into that in more detail as the weeks lead up to it. The draw for this will start on the 18th of December. I will open it up and then it will close at midnight on the 24th of December, and I will do the draw on Christmas evening here in the UK, about 9 o'clock UK time. I will do the draw for this knife, and the winner will get this knife. There'll also be at least one other gift, because I'm going to put in a knife of my own, and it's going to be a good knife, not a cheap knife. It's going to be a good knife, not as dear as this, but it'll be a good knife. And the money's going to go towards the cancer charity, which Jason will choose. So I hope you like that. So what are you going to have to do to win a Medford? I wanted this to be open to absolutely everybody on my YouTube channel, on my Instagram, on Jason's Instagram. I want it to be open to everybody. So what you're going to do to enter into this competition, it's going to cost you $5. So over here in the UK, that's about £3.50 or 60, maybe a couple of pence either way. So that will get you an entry in to the Medford. Now, for those of you out there who want more than one entry, please do as many as you like. There'll be a format for doing that, and I'll explain that closer to the time because everybody will keep asking about it. That'll come closer on the 18th. I'll do a full description of how you enter. But it means that absolutely anybody who can afford £3.40 or £3.60 can enter in to win this Medford. And there's only one person who'll win it. So even if you got 10, yes, you've got 10 chances, but only one can win it. So whether you bought 1 or 10, it's not lottery figures that's going to be entering in for this, maybe 100 odd. But you'll have a chance to win a Medford. And what a Christmas present that would be. And what a gift for somebody like Jason to give the community at this time of the year. It is Christmas, and I'm not going to get religious or anything like that, but it's a time of giving. And I think Jason he has got my respect for being a human being, but he's getting nothing out of this. Absolutely nothing. And I just want him to know that what he is getting is my love and respect and my admiration, because he's going to do something for other people in giving away this knife. And that is more than money itself, although it is money he's giving away. But the thought, the thought and the kindness is just, to me, you can't be topped in that. You just can't be topped. So, Jason, thank you very much. And I'm going to thank him fully. And we'll talk about his dad and where the money's going later on, closer to the time. So, there's a really nice thing for the channel. And there'll be another prize, at least one more, that I'll put in the giveaway. So, there'll be two prizes. So, you have a £3.40 chance of winning two really good knives. And probably a bit of swag and things like that. That'll go in as well. So there you go. To me, I'm excited about that. I'm excited at the chance that somebody on this channel or on the Instagram, because I'm going to invite them to come over and take part, because Jason is just on Instagram. So I want all his subs to come over and have a go at winning it. There you go. There's a Christmas Day present that you didn't think that you might get. And there's, they're down below today. What knife are you hoping to get for Christmas? I'm not. Because I have had this last couple of weeks, my wife's been very good to me, and I have bought about 3 GECs in a week. That's my Christmas present. I'm over the moon with that. And that's the way we work. We don't do Christmas presents. During the year, if we want something, we just get it if we've got the money. And look, we're at that age. That's great. I'm over the moon, and I'll show you some of the knives that I've got in another video, and I've got reviews on them coming up, and some of them are just beautiful. This was, I think this cost me about 30 quid, somewhere around the 30 quid mark. Can't remember, but about 30 quid. This one was 45 quid. So my cheaper version ones that I'm buying on Etsy, I'm having a ball with these. I genuinely have as much fun as I do with these. Or these. I mean, I just changed. I get so much fun out of my traditionals and learning a wee bit about them. And I love watching other people doing traditional videos. Please, more people do traditional. I love them. And there's not that many of them. And I don't know why, because there must be hundreds of people out there who have got traditionals. And here's the thing for people in the UK. If you've got a traditional knife that you don't use, it's lying in a drawer, as long as it's in good condition or half decent condition, if you don't want to keep it and you want a modern knife, hit me up on the PMs. I'll swap you for a modern knife for traditionals if it's one that I want and I need. So hit me up and don't be afraid to ask. There's no problem. I'll do that. If you want a modern knife, I'll give you it for your traditional. You just give me a value, what you think your knife is worth, or we'll work it out between us. And I don't want anybody to go short, and I don't want anybody to give away their valuable grandfather's knife. But if you've got them lying about there, let's get involved, get them in, I'll put them on the channel. You'll see your knife on the channel, and you'll get a good knife that you're maybe going to use rather than just lie in a drawer. So there we go. There's another offer. So do you want to know the thing that I'm enjoying more? When I first started the knives and you get into it, and I got completely wrapped up in this drive that you had to go for the best, you had to go for the best steel. I got completely involved in that. And I was starting to, that was becoming more important than the fun I was having with the knives. And I don't differentiate. I love all sorts of knives. But I was getting wrapped up in, I must get this. The channel needs this. This channel, yes, I enjoy the fact that you're coming on here. I've got brilliant subs who've been with me for 4 years. And they're just diamonds. So to be able to do a giveaway and to be able to just venture off on my little sort of deviant? No, not deviant. Diverse directions that I've gone in 4 years, because I've gone all over the place. And you put up with it and you keep coming back and you keep watching. I hope you'll enjoy this little traditional phase. I've hit it really hard. I've got lots to show you. And look, if you don't, I'm not getting upset. I do this channel for me to give you pleasure. If the traditions are not giving you pleasure, don't worry, the others will come along as well. And I'll keep throwing them in every now and then. But to be honest, over here in the UK, traditionals make more sense to me as well. And I'm enjoying carrying nicer end models, although the other ones I'm carrying probably every bit as much. But, every now and then I want to go out. Look, this is what I've had in my pocket today. And this is a really difficult knife to get. I'm carrying this just about the house today. I didn't leave the door, but I use this for opening packages, for whatever. It's a Tom's Choice number 14 Barlow. It's just, look at that. And it's just beautiful. Really, really beautiful. Dark wood handles. It's just gorgeous. And I the pleasure I get of carrying and knowing that's in my pocket, it's just unbeatable. Unbeatable. I have it in and out of that pouch. I don't know many times during the day. I sit and fiddle footer, open, just stroke it. It's my worry stone, as I keep using that as a, but it's the truth. And when I've got a nice knife in my pockets, and there's bigger ones. I don't have to have, a little small one like that. If I'm going to do work about the house, I'll pick something like this out, which is a number 77. This is a Northfield, which is a bit higher up the GEC scale, if you like. It's just a stunning big knife, but that'll work as good as any other. I mean, if you look at the blade size on this sort of a knife compared to the 940, there's not much that this can do that this can't copy. Let me be honest, and that is so thin behind the edge compared to a 940, which is an amazing work knife. So don't worry too much about behind the edge. Yes, if you're going to slice tomatoes, you need a really thin. This cuts bits of string and cardboard, so does that. Paddy's philosophy in knives. How that's scary if I started giving advice. But anyhow, I hope you've enjoyed this little bit of crack we've had together. I've enjoyed talking to you again. I'm so excited about our Christmas Day giveaway and the fact that it's probably one of the best giveaways I've ever seen, and it's on my wee channel. So, Jason, whoa, you're the man. Thank you so much indeed. I'll give you one last look before I go at this beautiful Medford knife that'll be given away on Christmas Day on my channel by Jason Guilfoyle and his generosity. And there'll be more than this. So, take care. Keep the 18th of December in your diary, because that's when you'll be able to enter in the competition for it. Please give generously. It's for a great cause. It's for cancer. Do you know what I mean? It's for cancer. And I'm sure we've all had somebody in our families, I know I have, who have died of cancer or have had cancer and survived it. And either or of them want that cure. So there you go. Take care, everybody. Sunday night slabber session over. Take care. I'll speak to you during the week. Video up probably on Tuesday. Take care now. Bye-bye.